creator. However, you may not be creating the things that matter to you the most, and it's time to change that. So let's define creator. I've probably defined it before, but let's define it again. A creator is one that creates, usually by bringing something new or original into being. And to create means to bring something into existence, to produce something, or to bring about something by a course of action or behavior. Now, every single day, every single moment, you create something. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, your energy continuously brings new things into your world. And who you are being, your identity or the characteristics you have, also create your circumstances and the world you experience. So you can see you are a creator. Now, if that's true, you may be wondering why nothing changes even when you want to create something different. And the answer is pretty simple. You continually create the same circumstances because your thoughts, your beliefs, your energy, your identity, your actions all remain the same. And if nothing changes, nothing changes. If you don't change, nothing changes either. Change your circumstances, what's happening around you or in your life, you have to change your inner state of being. Specifically, you have to change how you see yourself, consciously and subconsciously. And I know the latter is a little harder. But for instance, maybe you see yourself as poor or unproductive or undeserving or stupid or unlovable. Then your habitual mindsets and behaviors are going to cause you to continually create more things that make you believe that's who you are. Basically, you create in a manner that reinforces your identity. You may also have had life experiences that altered your identity on a subconscious level. So for example, maybe a high school coach told you you had no talent, or a parent claimed you were a liar or lazy. These identities, I'm untalented, I'm a liar, I'm lazy, influence your attempts to create what's important to you, even though you're not aware of them. And you're not going to realize that you have negative beliefs about yourself, yet you're creating from that subconscious identity. But if you decide to let go of those self-defeating beliefs and be the opposite, wealthy, productive, deserving, intelligent, lovable, talented, honest, hardworking, you're going to create from that identity. Your new creations are then going to reinforce your new beliefs about who you are. Now, there's another reason why you aren't creating what matters to you. You're creating what matters most to others. In other words, you're creating what you believe you should, are supposed to, are expected to, or what you believe is acceptable. After all, if you create what matters to you, you might feel guilty for prioritizing your desires. Or someone might judge you as selfish, right? You've been programmed to believe that it's admirable to create what matters most to others, the people-pleasing part, right? And it's self-serving to create what matters more to you. But what if being selfish is actually a good thing? In fact, being selfish means you're concerned about yourself and your well-being. You love yourself enough to ask for what you want or need and create what's in your best interest. And of course, you don't want to do that to the exclusion of, having concern for others or doing things that are, detrimental to others, which is the classic definition of selfishness. But being selfish is like putting on an oxygen mask before you help others on an airplane put on theirs, and no one calls that selfish. Now, there's a final reason why nothing changes, even though you want to create something different. You're not taking responsibility for your creations. And to create what matters to you, something different from what you've created thus far, you have to take responsibility for yourself and what you've created to date. After all, creators create. So everything in your life right now is a creation. You're a creator, right? So you're creating, and these are your creations, right? And that's amazing, really, because you created all of it. Even if your creations aren't what you want or find meaningful or important, you created them because you're a creator. And I bet you've created some things you deem important, and you take credit for those creations, right? So why not the other things? I realize that it can feel challenging to take responsibility, uh, especially for the miscreations, the things you created unintentionally. And we create a lot of those, I know. In fact, we often create based on subconscious beliefs and identities, as I said, and those are not intentional creations. And we're unaware that old programming, old beliefs, old experiences are the source of what we create in our lives. Plus, it's human nature to blame anything and everything for our current circumstances, because blame allows us to shirk responsibility. We don't want to admit that undesirable circumstances are our fault, so we choose to believe that they're someone or someone else's fault. But the fact is, you created whatever you have experienced and are experiencing in your life. And if we want to get really woo-woo, we could say, well, it's all part of, why you're here. You made these decisions to come and experience certain things and to learn certain lessons in order to finally awaken, right? So you're creating all the time. But there is a positive aspect to taking responsibility. And this is it. When you admit that you created your current circumstances, you realize that you can create something different. If you dislike what you've created to date, choose to create something that you like. If you've created what you've created so far doesn't matter to you, it only matters to others, you can create what actually matters to you. So to create something different, be something different. Step into your true identity, the one you were born with, a creator. That's the most powerful identity you can adopt. And when you affirm, I am a creator, you can create what matters to you. But if you're stuck in your old identity, you're going to create what that identity thinks and believes. You're going to create based on that identity's actions and reactions and programmed mindset. And you create what matters to that identity. So for instance, if you see yourself as undeserving and unworthy, you're going to create more reasons to feel and believe that that's true about you. Someone who feels unworthy won't ask for what they want or need, right? And they won't create what matters to them. Why? Because they don't think they're worthy of it. So what matters to you? What really matters to you? See yourself as someone worthy of creating that. And you're going to then create circumstances based on the mindsets and habits of someone with that identity. You're going to create based on the characteristics that that person possesses. Now, I want you to realize that you were born a unique, limitless, eternal being, a creator. You're a pure soul that expresses your authenticity by creating what matters to you. That's how you're authentic. You create what matters to you, what's aligned with who you really are. So tell yourself, I am a unique, limitless, eternal, pure creator. And remember that is the identity you were born with, and start being the powerful creator that you are and that you came here to be. And ultimately, that's the only identity you need. I am a creator. Because when you stand in that truth, you're worthy and deserving. You don't need to develop that identity of being, I am worthy, I am deserving, because you are. It's part and parcel of being a creator. Not only that, but your soul will begin to clarify what really matters to you. And as a result, you're going to create what matters to you in a soul-aligned manner. Now, here's something that's really important. Creating what matters to you serves others. If you have ever been in a group coaching setting, you know that the truth of this statement. When one person gets coached, everyone receives insights. And so one person's healing becomes a group healing. Why? Because we're all connected. In the same way, when you create what matters to you, you make a powerful difference in other people's lives. Your selfishness becomes selflessness. And these two characters are on the two ends of the same continuum, the same spectrum. So we are all one on a spiritual and metaphysical level. The thing that matters to you matters to the human collective. So creating what matters to you makes it possible for others to create that too. And as you stand in your power, if you don't believe any of the woo-woo metaphysical stuff about being one or whatever, just stand in your power as a creator and unapologetically create what matters to you. When you do that, you provide a positive role model for others, and you give them permission to create what matters to them. So my question to you is, are you creating what matters to you? Are you standing in your power as a creator and creating what really matters to you? If you're not, I invite you to join me at my free 3-day masterclass called Create What Really Matters to You. I don't know when you're watching this, but the masterclass takes place February 20th, 22nd, and 26th, 2024. And like I said, it's 3 days and it's free. And during this masterclass, I'm going to show you how it's possible to finally change your circumstances by being a creator, actually what I call an inspired creator, so that you create a life that is authentic, filled with things that matter to you, and that truly feeds your soul, a life that you love. So join me at the masterclass, Create What Really Matters to You. The link is up above, and it's also down below. Again, it's happening February 2024, okay? If you don't know who I am, I'm Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach. I am an intuitive transformational catalyst, as well as a certified high performance coach. And I am the founder of the Inspired Creator Community, which is where I offer group, personal, and spiritual growth coaching. The link for that is up above and down below. I do believe we're creators. And in March 2024, the curriculum for the Inspired Creator Community is going to shift to becoming inspired creators, becoming people who have stepped into their power as creators and are adopting that identity, or remembering that identity, so that they can get from where they are to where they want to go, so that they can create what they want and what really matters to them, whether that is writing a book or creating music or becoming an entrepreneur or traveling the world or becoming the best parent possible or opening, a charity or whatever it is that matters to you. That's what we're going to be focused on, is creating what matters to us. And in the process of that, allowing ourselves to be spiritually guided and to create lives that we love, lives that feed our souls. So if that's of interest to you, join the Inspired Creator Community this month, February, so that you can participate. And in the meantime, consider registering for my masterclass, Create What Really Matters to You. This is my journey. All these things I just talked to you about, these are my journey. This is what jazzes me. It's what I'm working on. And I always am honest and pull back the curtain on everything that's going on for me and that I'm learning. So I hope you'll join me in one way or another. And until I talk to you next time, go out there and achieve more inspired results.